Here's Matt Murdock. When he was a boy, a radioactive substance fell into his eyes during a car crash. The accident left him blind but supercharged his remaining senses. He can hear and smell far beyond what any other human can do, and he perceives the world around him in precise, perfected detail. After mobsters killed his father, Murdock trained with a stick, leader of the Chaste, a secret and mystical martial arts enclave. He decided not to be part of the Chaste, though, so he became Daredevil. As Daredevil, he wears a devil's suit to scare and beat his enemies, or to help the people in need. His fighting style is fast, agile, and relentless. His prowess allowed him to best Nobu, a trained and dangerous Yakuza leader, or the Ninjas of the Hand, another secret supervillain organization. This is not enough to explain who this character is. As Daredevil, wearing the suit and the name, he can finally belong to the world he sees with his broken eyes, a world on fire. And even though he's a religious man constantly seeking the help of God, he's happy to play the part of a devil to make the world a better place. All of this sounds extraordinary, heroic, exaggerated, like something that would come out of a comic book. These characteristics are compounded by the fact that Matt's personality feels unique. Moreover, his action choreographies are so well done that it makes Daredevil look like a true menace, something his enemies would fear. At the same time, his prowess and abilities are comprehensible given his background and physical abilities. Matt is not an isolated example. Marvel Productions knew very well how to make their characters look and behave extraordinary, and how to make their backstories unique and compelling enough to understand why they became heroes or villains.
I am Iron Man.
Some of the characters I consider were extraordinary include Kingpin, Jessica Jones, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Spider-Man, Thanos, this guy, Wanda, and Thor. But somewhere along the way, somewhere along the pursuit of equity, diversity, and inclusion points, they forgot it. Because here is Maya. She trained some karate when she was a kid, and now she became the Kingpin's best warrior ever.
None of my men have ever held their own with him like that. You did better than even I expected.
Yes, yes.
Not unlike Kate Bishop, who trained karate and some archery and became the best Hawkeye ever. Maya's backstory is that the Kingpin raised and trained her because reasons, as his loving father was still alive, working as a lowly goon for D'Onofrio's character. She grew up under the Kingpin's wing and became this dazed, bored, and out-of-shape warrior. Even in the show's final battle, she looks like she's not even there. Look at the screen, my friend. This is the plainest face you'll see on TV. So much so that it makes me feel that her face was photoshopped in her unremarkable suit because she was either not there or the suit did not fit. Let's recap to this moment, the final moment of the Echo Show. The Kingpin chose Maya, the daughter of a lowly goon, as his protege for unexplained reasons, and they love each other as father and daughter. However, Maya discovers that his mentor had something to do with the death of his real father, and she immediately shoots him in the face, no mercy, no questions. That starts a war between Maya and the Kingpin's men, and for some reason Maya decides to take the war to her hometown, where her family lives. She puts her family in danger immediately, particularly his uncle, who's currently working with the Kingpin running a small operation in the town. The safety of others is not important for a bike-driving girl boss.
I won't bring a war here. To the people I love and who love you. Why are you doing this? Fuck you!
What's important is that she wants to become a Queenpin. By this point, we've learned that she moved to New York with her father when she was a kid, when her mother died, and she never contacted the rest of her family again. Anyhow, her uncle and cousin get caught, she fights, and when they are all about to die, the Kingpin reveals to her that he's alive. He invites her to rule as the queen besides him. After all, violence is the only language they know, so she can't be angry with the Kingpin for doing the very same thing she does to others for a living. The Kingpin's empire is what she wanted, and now she can have it without having to fight or putting her family at risk, but she refuses. Now the Kingpin asks her to kill him. This is what she wanted, but she refuses. The villain takes the rejection as the calm, cool, and collected man he is. So he decides to kill Maya's family. By this point, we've learned that Maya has the power of not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 badass, empowered, independent, native female ancestors. What type of powers? I don't know. Native ancestral powers that echo in Maya. Do you get it? Like the name of the show.
Wow!
If that sounded out of nowhere, I'm just trying to imitate how it felt on the show. Oh, her family. It's the last episode, and Maya has had about 3 conversations with the family members she supposedly loves. And these were either coincidental or because she needed help. It's also the final episode, and she's just eating somewhere after a long bike drive, and we don't know what she wants. Women, am I right, boys?
What do you want?
She decides nothing until her family is in danger, so the final battle happens during a festival. The Kingpin has captured her cousin and her grandma, but Maya, her new suit, and her new powers are no match for a white man. Like the modern Marvel hero she is, she unlocks her powers and becomes a master in the same day, even the very same moment. The power-up is exactly what she needed to rescue the hostages. Because of magic, she passes on the powers to her family, so they can join this amazing girl power moment we've been craving. Together, the 3 regular-looking women beat Kingpin's ass again and make him cry like the little bitch he's become under Disney's supervision. And if these powers don't sound like something from a comic book, it's because the director decided to change Echo's original powers, which is the ability to mimic others' fighting styles, into this goofery, because the comics are lame. Elsewhere, the cousin who had damaged his truck on a mission with Maya reveals that he turned his truck into a monster truck with the spare parts on a couple of days, so he runs over the bad guy's vans. And finally, the uncle shoots at another villain from a distance, while the villain is holding an RPG ready to fire. Luckily, the RPG flies to the sky and explodes innocently. Not lame at all. Family meal, the end. The former hitman who put her family at risk for her quest without a second thought is now living a happy life. The exiled crime lord who never cared enough about her family to reach out is now past consequences and guilt, surrounded by love. This bare bones plot is filled with trash time, moments that could have been edited out but are there for padding. So Echo drives a bike, parks the bike, goes to bed, wakes up, sees her wound, sits down, throws trash, drives the bike some more, thinks, walks and eats. And all of this padding, all of these fights, Maya's powers and the show's name are in one word: unremarkable and boring and repetitive. I guess it's 3 words then. What happened to the extraordinary element Marvel used to have? What happened to the remarkable characters and how the personalities, powers, feats, backstories and suits used to fit together in a single thematic package? What happened to Marvel?
Better than even I expected.
Marvel was lost in favor of whatever political message they want to push on each story. Politics is all Echo has. The character is deaf, dumb, native descendant, a woman, and uses a prosthetic. Maya is the ultimate female representation, the final girl boss, an advanced form of woke content that mutated into self-parody, with the black leather jacket and bike included. What else do we know about Maya other than she's angry and politically correct? Because, unlike Daredevil, we learn nothing about her other than what the show wants us to believe. The show tells us she loves her family, but what we see is her teaching them, putting them in danger, and not listening to their advice. Even her father told Maya not to become a criminal. The show tells us she is a genius by showing how she builds a weapon with skate parts, but her plan to take over the Kingpin's business by destroying a small operation running in her hometown is quite stupid. Not to mention selfish and irrational. Everyone acts like she's the best fighter ever, but the fights are clumsy and slow, and heavily edited. Her ancestral powers help her as if she's a hero fighting for good, but she's an evil murderer who has never done anything good in her life. But she gets the automatic redemption pass every Marvel female gets. Moreover, imagine if your boss decided to raise and love your underage child, because that is the weird, cuties level basis of this whole plot and this whole character. So rather than extraordinary, Echo, Marvel's supposed new hero, is lame and evil. Let's end with this. Echo is everything wrong with Marvel. It's a lazy, bare-bones story featuring evil people playing as heroes, unclear motivations, uninteresting characters, boring powers and fights, weak and pathetic white men, continuous praise to women, stereotypes based on identities, acting that would belong in a school play, conflicting moral messages, and a mouth so full of identity politics that it can't move properly to talk sense into its plot. That's it for now. I hope you leave your echo in the subscribe and like button. Do you get it? Like the name of the show. And keep the comment section
Civilized.